and this is my review for Transformers War for Cybertron Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Bumblebee, as you can see, is a Cybertronian car. The box calls it a Cybertronian courier, but I usually just call it a Cybertronian car, seeing as that basically is what it is. As you can see, it does vaguely resemble the VW Bug that'll turn into on Earth, what with the short and squat nature, just like the Bug has. It also does kind of look like a four-wheeled light cycle with a canopy over it, which is kind of cool because anything Tron I love, and I really like the design of this because it does remind me of something out of Tron. Very, very cool. Not much to say about it in vehicle mode. It does roll fairly well, which is nice. It also does, I'm not sure how well this will come out on camera, but it does have this very, very nice translucent light piping on the wheels. This very nice red light piping. It looks really cool in person. The camera's not really picking up just how neat it looks in person, but it's just really, really nice. I really, really like that they added that. They could have just painted it like on War for Cybertron Optimus, but they did go the extra mile and actually use red translucent light piping, which I think is really cool. Anyway, that's about it for vehicle mode. I should warn you, when you get this guy, transformation into robot mode is difficult at first, but if you do it a couple of times, you do get to master it. However, transforming this thing back into vehicle mode is an absolute nightmare. The first time I got him, he comes packaged in robot mode, so you have to go to vehicle mode first. And I kid you not, when I first got this guy, it took me 3 hours to get this guy into vehicle mode. Even using the instructions, it took me 3 hours to get this guy into vehicle mode. And before I shot this video, I transformed him into vehicle mode. And it took about 30 minutes, even after a lot of mastery and practice. So it is a very complicated transformation. So if you don't like complicated transformations on your figures, I definitely do not recommend this guy. Anyway, transformation, you want to go ahead and pull out this gun, and we'll get into that later. Then what you want to do is you want to come up here and you want to untab these wheel pieces, like so. Then what you want to do is you want to go down here and you want to untab this piece, like so. It can be a little bit difficult because it does tab in there fairly tightly, like so. Do the same on this side. Like I said, it can be a little bit difficult. There we go. Then you want to rotate this whole piece forward and plug it in. Then what you want to do is you want to grab the leg and then you want to pull on it to extend it. Then what you want to do is you want to push this wheel in and then take this golden metallic piece. You want to wrap it around the leg. And then there's a little tab right here that allows it to lock in place. And that'll lock his foot into place, which is kind of neat. I really like that bit of transformation. Anyway, do the same on this side. Extend it. Push in the wheel, flip the gold piece around, and then his feet do tend to pop off. They are on ball joints though, so you can pop them right back on. There you have his lower body transformed. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate these pieces back. First off, I guess you want to flip them down first. Then you want to rotate them backwards, like so. Rotate his hands around. Then you want to go up here. You want to flip this piece forward and turn around his head. He does have a very nice head sculpt. Something I find rather weird is they painted his eyes this kind of Allspark blue, and yet, as you can see, he does have light piping. So I'm not really sure why they sculpted in light piping, but then painted over the eyes. It's a little bit frustrating. But anyway, then what you want to do is you want to take this whole back section right here. This can be kind of tricky. What you want to do, let's see if I can remember how to do this right. First off, you want to flip the arms forward before you do anything. Then you want to flip this piece down right here. Then make sure it tabs into this black tab right here, and plug it into this little slot. Then you want to bring it all the way down, like so. Get him to stand, straighten everything out. And there you have Bumblebee in robot mode. Fairly accurate to the game and fairly cool looking. I don't recall his legs being this lanky in the game, so I'm not really sure why they made his legs so lanky. I guess you could, if you really wanted to, push them back in, but that would make his feet transformation very, very difficult, so I don't recommend you do it. So yeah, very, very cool looking overall. Like I said in my Optimus Prime review, I really dig the aesthetic of the War for Cybertron figures. Post posability is pretty good. He's got a very free ball-jointed head. The sculpt allows for a lot of poses, which is nice. He does have ball-jointed shoulders. They do also have a bit of a hinge right here just due to transformation. You can only bend his arms down so far, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well, what are you going to do? He does have a mid-bicep swivel. He has a double-jointed elbow just due to transformation. His wrists are on ball joints, but sadly they're sculpted so that they're always at this weird position, which is kind of a shame, but oh well, what are you going to do? He does have a waist swivel. It is a little bit difficult to manage because of all the back kibble, but he does still have a waist swivel. He does have a hip joint right here. It allows it to go in and out and a little bit back and forth. Again, it's a little bit limited just due to the back kibble. He does rotate at the upper knee. He also does have a hinge here just due to transformation if you want. He does have a knee joint, and his feet are on ball joints, so you can do pretty much whatever you want with them. As far as I know, he is the first Bumblebee figure to come with a gun, which is nice. I'm probably going to end up giving this gun to reveal the shield Bumblebee, but I still think it is rather neat that he came with a gun. He does also have these flip-out red blades, which I think are kind of neat. I usually pose them with the blades because I like the blades better than the gun. Since I'm going to give the gun to somebody else, I generally don't use it anyway. Anyway, for some brief size comparisons, first off, standard size comparison, next to Bumblebee. So you can see he's a little bit, let me raise the camera up a little. He's a little bit shorter than the average deluxe, not by much, but just a little bit shorter. Also just for fun, here he is next to War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. I don't know if I can get Optimus Prime to stand straight. So you can see they're way out of scale with each other, and you can tell just by looking at their heads. Bumblebee's head is much, much bigger than Optimus's, but that's because Optimus is meant to be and he just did a split. You can tell that because Optimus is supposed to be a much bigger character, so Bumblebee's head is actually proportionate, but Optimus is just really small compared to what he really looks like in real life, so whatever. Anyway, so you can see they're way out of scale with each other, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. They did tell us at the beginning that the Generations line was going to be only deluxes, so I guess beggars can't be choosers in that matter. So there you go. Overall, I think he's the weakest of the War for Cybertron figures. Not to say that he's a bad figure, but I think if you're gonna pass on any one of them, I would pass on Bumblebee. Maybe Cliff Jumper too, because Cliff Jumper really I only want because of the head, so I can get another head for Classics Cliff Jumper once I get Classics Cliff Jumper. But you know, I do overall recommend this. I do highly recommend it if you want to complete the War for Cybertron line. So there you go. My look at Transformers War for Cybertron Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.